And what's going on, you guys? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of the Braxtons Season 1, Episode 5. What is going on, you guys? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that this video started about a good almost 30 minutes late, but once again, I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I fell asleep, y'all. Well, I went against my better judgment and just didn't take a. I wanted to take a nap once I got home from work, but I already had to do this and I had to do Love and Marriage Detroit. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to go home and go to sleep. I'm just gotta watch these two shows because I didn't get a chance to watch neither one. I gotta watch these two shows, do my lives on both of them. I have to hurry up and do them before Basketball Wives come on tonight. So I gotta get these two lives out the way so we can be on time for Basketball Wives. Ooh, child, y'all don't understand. I guess my body said, bitch, you tired. Take your ass to sleep like you supposed to. But I'm like, nah, I'm trying to resist it. Nah, because I'm already late for the Braxtons. You know, the Braxtons came on Friday, today Monday. Love and Miss Detroit came on Saturday, today Monday. 3 days behind on both reviews, so I need to go on and get it done. But baby, my body said Scott needs some rest. And I fell asleep. And then when I woke up and I opened up my eyes, it was after 5 o'clock. So I'm like, oh God, let me go on and do it. See, I don't know. I think it's because of this damn time time difference as well. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot to do with this time difference. Like I'm in Eastern time now, but I know it's just an hour difference. But baby, I am tired. Okay. Like, and I gotta right after this, I gotta go and watch Love and Marriage Detroit and do my review on that. So just plead with me. Not plead with me. Just pray for me right now. Just pray for me. Just pray for me. Just pray for me. You feel what I'm saying? And Jamar, shut up. Okay. But anyway, we're about to go ahead and get into this review right now. Let me pull out my notes real quick. Um, let me go ahead. Okay, so here we go. So my notes are right here. So let's talk about it, y'all. All right. So as you already know, last week production came and said that they wanted to do a scene with Lil Kevin and his dad last week, right? And last week's episode ended with Tawanda going off on production about Kevin and them um their issues with Kevin and stuff like that. Tawanda talking about she don't ever want him to have a piece of this platform ever again because he feels like he's running a narrative about Tracy and how they left Tracy behind and how they treated Tracy a certain type of way and they don't appreciate that. What he's saying is no different than what Tracy had already motherfucking said when she was alive. Let's be real. And then y'all want to sit up here and blame the production team from the Braxton Family Values for the whole wannabe title that they gave Tracy and said that, they gave her that title. And then after they gave her that title, it pretty much was a running thing. Everybody wanted to run with it. Everybody wanted to make it seem like we really didn't care for Tracy and things like that. Well, let's be honest. Your sister said y'all didn't give a fuck about her. Your sister said that y'all was sitting up here playing games with her name. Your sister said that y'all treated her like an afterthought. That's what your sister said. So my thing is that y'all don't want Kevin to come on this show because y'all feel like he's creating a narrative about y'all, but yeah, y'all create a narrative about him, making him look like a deadbeat father and a deadbeat husband, and y'all feel like y'all can discuss him on this damn show and discuss whatever situations happen between him and Tracy or him and y'all on this show, but he don't have a right to come on this same exact show where y'all are creating a narrative about him, where y'all are sitting up here discussing him. Y'all don't want him to come on there and tell his side of the story. And then someone was like, after what he did, and y'all want him on the show? Like, what type of stuff is that? So it's to me, it's like she's talking about, well, um, I understand that I get the fans or whatever, but y'all gotta understand where we coming from. Kevin does not need to be allowed to be on this show ever again. Well, if he's not allowed to be on the show, like I said, y'all don't need to be allowed to be running y'all mouth and running his name through the ground because that's what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all keep discussing this man, keep talking about this man, keep making this man feel like he's the worst thing in the world. but it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, y'all want us to talk about this whole wannabe card, talking about, yeah, we did sign that contract, but just know that when we went on tour with Luther Vandross, we didn't even do the second half of the tour. You want to know why? Because we went overseas with Tony because Tony asked us to, and who came out on tour with us? Tracy. So this whole narrative of we left our sister behind needs to cease. That doesn't give me any satisfaction, Tawanda. It don't give me no satisfaction. And while we sitting up here talking about Tamar being an asshole to Tracy, that last season of Breast of Family Values, Tawanda, didn't Tracy call you out for being a snake? So to me, it looks like you are doing a whole lot of stuff just to, make yourself look good in this whole situation. Like you constantly checking on your nephew, which I get it, that's your nephew, but you trying to make it seem like y'all so damn close. And I call him Scratchy when your own motherfucking kids didn't even know that you called him that. Or all this other stuff. Like y'all, like you really trying to make it seem like it's more to your relationship with Lil Kevin than it really is. And I honestly don't feel like you really have no real relationship with Lil Kevin at all. I just feel like you're trying to play with us and him and everybody else involved, but you ain't playing with me. I see right through you, Tawanda. Like I said, she called you a motherfucking snake before she passed away. She called you out on your shit then. So my thing is that y'all treated Tracy like see this, and then the sad part is people don't want you to say nothing about it because well they were family and families go through things and all this other stuff, and we all know that they probably made peace with Tracy before she died. I mean, that's great and all. I mean, I get it, lovely, but however, we all that watch this show, we haven't forgotten about the way that they treated her and made her feel when she was still on this motherfucking earth. I feel like, just like Lock Queen said, they trying to do a lot of rewriting of the history and trying to put all the blame on Kevin and not on themselves, because you could take Kevin out of the equation and y'all still a part of the problem. We all remember how y'all treated Tracy, how y'all used to gaslight the out of Tracy. So let's be for real. Y'all ain't never liked Kevin. Y'all ain't never respected that man. Y'all never cared for that man. So why we sitting up here acting like it's nothing more than what that is? The fact that y'all disrespect him, y'all don't have any respect for him, and y'all refuse to show him any respect. As if he was the worst man on earth when all y'all had terrible excuses of men in y'all homes too. Gabe, Carrie, Andre, all y'all had terrible men. And Trina annoyed me too. And she's to me, the least problematic out of all the sisters to me. But she annoyed me too, because I felt like she was running with whatever Tawanda was actually saying. Sometimes Trina gives a bit of a follower. Sometimes I feel like she wouldn't sometimes I feel like certain things she wouldn't be doing if Tawanda wasn't a part of the situation and wasn't involved in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So yeah, Trina gives follower. Tawanda doing too much. And like I said, she talking about she called this man Scratchy and shit. But then she said it in front of her children, and her children didn't even know who the hell and what the hell she was even talking about. That's because that's some shit that she just made up. Cause she don't call that boy no damn Scratchy. She don't call that boy that. But okay. Next thing you know, Tamar's in the studio. And I'm guessing she's recording a new album that I'm not buying. Um Tamar is in her feelings due to it being Tracy's birthday. At the point of them recording, I think it's coming up, it's a few days before her heavenly birthday or whatever, right? So her new single went number one, I guess, on adult contemporary urban AC. It went number one. And while she's happy about the success of her new single going to number one, she's still feeling some kind of way because she doesn't feel as though she should be celebrating going number one and her sister isn't here. You feel what I'm saying? Like she feels like, yeah, I got some success, but I'm feeling a lot of survivor's guilt because I feel like my sister should be here with me celebrating. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just tired of the fake shit. This is why I didn't want to review this show, really, because I feel like they all, being fake, doing wonders for the cameras, and trying to make it seem like they were there way more than they really were. Telling me some, I'd rather be celebrating with my sister. There's a lot when she was alive. It was a lot that you wasn't celebrating with her, especially your success, because you made it sound like them girls was jealous of you, and you made it seem like you made it sound like they didn't want you to win or they didn't want to be happy for your little success. Because when Tracy put out an album and someone said something about her needing to be Grammy nominated, didn't you say, oh, do they have categories in the Grammys for most auto-tune performance or something? You said, like, you was on Twitter literally reading your sister, trying to imply that your sister can't sing. But here we are, you sitting up here crying because she's no longer here. I'm sorry. I hate to be that person. I really do. But I cannot fathom the phony and the fake shit that they are sitting up here doing. Well, we all know how they treated that lady Tracy. We all know how they did that. We all know how they made her feel. We already know that. Like, it's so fake. And the fact that they're using Tracy as a vocal point in this entire show is making it even more fake to me. And it's really pissing me the off because I was watching Braxton Family Values from season one. I was reviewing seasons 1 and 2, and I saw how they were and how they treated Tracy throughout the duration of the time they was doing that damn show. They treated her like a damn redhead stepchild for most of the time we was watching that motherfucking show. And then y'all want us to believe that everything was okay by the time she passed away. Y'all probably made some amends. Y'all probably was there when it was really needed, but y'all didn't with that lady and she didn't with y'all. At the end of the day, she mainly with her daddy and she with her damn brother. That's how it come across to me. She was more so close to her brother and her damn daddy, and that's the reason why y'all was really motherfucking mad, because y'all took the side of y'all mama when y'all mama got that damn divorce. And even Miss Evelyn would treat Tracy differently than she treated the rest of y'all, because she continued on their relationship with Daddy Braxton, and Evelyn Braxton couldn't handle that. We've been saying she the real villain in this whole situation. She's the real reason for a lot of the issues that they be having as sisters anyway. She the one who sits up here with them damn with that same wig with them flips in it every single time. And she be sitting up here saying, I just want the girls to get along, for God's sakes. You want the girls to get along, but you're not trying to do the work or trying to be the parent to step in and be like, okay, we need to sit down. We need to talk about this. This is the problem, and we need to solve that. You're not doing that. All you do is do your signature yell. All you do is sit up here and be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. You always sick of it, but you don't have no solution. And granted, everybody's grown in this whole situation. Everybody's grown, but we're not going to sit up here and act like Miss E ain't a part of the motherfucking issue, because she is a part of it. When I see Miss E saying that she want her children to get along, it make me look at my dad, because I don't talk to most of my siblings. So he puts the most of the energy on me to reconcile and speak to my siblings and have better relationships with them when I've already tried that. I have a boundary that I set, and I don't give a who you are. If I feel like you are a negative vibe, and if I feel like it's not good for me or my energy, I love you, but from over there. You know what I mean? Like, my daddy be sitting up here saying how he want all his kids to get along, but you're not doing nothing about it. You just sitting there placing the blame on one person because they the oldest, and that don't work that way. I hate it when parents do that to their kids. You see the issues. You see what's going on. It ain't about taking sides, because your best bet is to not take a side when it comes down to your kids and the situations at hand. It's better that you don't do it. But my thing is, don't say you want peace and you don't try to make the steps to make peace and be sure that your kids have peace amongst each other. That's not the way things work out, Miss Braxton. That's not the way it works. That's not the way the world turns, baby doll. It just not. Let me see. Miss E probably only cares when the cameras are rolling, and I agree. I don't appreciate the fact that the changing the name of the show and taking Tracy's name off as one of the EPs. Some that means her estate is not making money from this, but yet this whole show is about her. And that's another thing. I'm glad that you brought that up. That's another thing that's bothering me about this whole thing. Because wasn't she an EP too? But now she's no longer an EP on here, and her estate not getting nothing. I kind of feel like they doing that to keep Big Kevin from getting anything and all this other shit. So but we already know that they was lying about this damn wheel. Didn't really be already bust that bubble, and Jamie also bust the bubble too. Shout out to both of my girls really being Jamie. That's me. Cause child, please. But yeah, I'm over them using this is like I said, this is why I didn't want to review it because they're using Tracy as a vocal point and they're using the show as a vocal point. They're using Tracy as a vocal point and all this other stuff, and I don't like that. And here we go with the same shit that this is the same comment that be annoying me. I get that we didn't see a 24/7 feed of their family members. Duh, I know we didn't, but our opinion comes from what we saw on the show, and that's what we're going with. And we're also going with the things that we saw that they would do on social media. Didn't want to go live and say that mostly everything that Tracy was saying about them on that show was a damn lie before she died. Then you know, Tamar do whatever she was doing and saying all that bullshit. So y'all can sit up here and try to tell me what I don't need to be saying and talking about how, you know, we didn't see this because we didn't see a 24/7 feed of the family. Y'all don't see a 24/7 feed of me either, but y'all judge me. So I'm doing the same thing we're doing. We all do. We're judging what we see on this damn show. And from what we saw on the show, they treated that lady like shit. And by them coming back on this show, using her as a vocal point for sympathy, it's fake as sorry. But it is. And I ain't appreciating it. And I ain't changing my mind. That's how I feel about it. Everybody is entitled to have their opinions. Everybody can have their opinions. But this right here is mine. And it ain't changing. They're fake to me. It's fake to me. I can't. Let me see. Vince calls Tamar, which I was very surprised to see, but I guess he was giving her advice as an exec, you know, giving her advice as a label person, telling her what she needs to do in regards to the record and how many records she needs to work in, all this other stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Moving on to Trina, Tawanda, Tamar, and Evelyn. They discussed DC. Trina and Tawanda discussed DC, and they was like, "Do y'all want to talk? Do you want to talk about DC? Or you gonna wait till a specific time to discuss it?" And then, you know, Trina said, "I'm gonna wait till everybody here so we can actually talk about what happened in DC." So Tamar starts explaining her relationship with Tawanda starts explaining her relationship with Tamar. She says she got this boundary up, but if her sister ever calls her, she responds. She answers the phone. If her sister ever texts her, she responds. If her sister needs her, she's there. And that sometimes that's the way it has to be sometimes. If you know that your energies don't mesh, if you know that, you know, y'all relationship isn't the best, it's best to have that boundary and things like that. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to feed into the negative energy that always comes out whenever y'all around each other. So sometimes it's healthy to keep a healthy distance from certain people in your family so y'all can be able to be amicable when you're around each other. We got to realize we're family members, but at the same time, just because we family don't mean that we're gonna get along all the time. That's just the truth of the matter. And that's just what I've done started to do. Tony calls, you know, now she on her way overseas. Tony don't never be around for family functions. Tawanda informs them about the issues with Kevin and how, you know, Kevin is doing certain things in regards to Tracy's will. And Tamar doesn't feel comfortable having this conversation in front of their mama. But her mama said that she's okay with having the relationship. I mean, we're having a conversation. Tamar starts breaking down because she's working with a guy that was once a friend of Tracy's, and he produced for Tracy, and now a lot of the music that she's putting out is doing really well, and she feels like Tracy is her guardian angel, and she's crying about it. I'm gonna let Tamar have her tears. I'm gonna let Tamar you know, have her feelings. I'm not gonna run her all the way down, even though I feel like a lot of the shit they doing on this show is fake as hell. But I'm not gonna run her down. I'm gonna let her have her moment with this. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her have it. She's allowed to have that. Let's see what else we got. So Trina and Vaughn, they're out with the two boys, and Trina says that she wants a grandbaby. Like, she keeps on drilling that in her son's heads that she wants a grandchild, but her kids don't want kids of their own, but she wants a grandbaby. And I'm like, Trina, you can't make these boys have no damn kids just because you want to be somebody's grandma, somebody's mama, somebody's whatever. You can't force them to have no damn kids. And it's best that they don't. If they feel like they're not father material, then it's best that they don't have no motherfucking children. And that's just the truth of the matter. I wouldn't want to have no kids knowing that I'm not father material, because I've always said that. I've always said, when people be asking me, well, Scotty, do you want kids? And I always say no. And then they be like, well, why do you not want kids? I feel like you'll be a great father. I feel like I'd be a great provider. I don't know if the emotional support that a child needs would be coming from me in the best light, because I am emotionally unavailable. I've always have been emotionally unavailable, and that's not the best way to be. This is not me bragging on being emotionally unavailable. It's just the fact that I know that I am. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from with all of that. Um, Vaughn gave him some advice, and he feels like if you don't want to have no kids, just have a vasectomy. And Trent was like, why would you tell them that? Why would you do that? Blah blah blah. So Tawanda calls little Kevin on the phone. She says that they're having a dinner for Tracy's birthday, and she's willing to fly him out to Atlanta so he could be the surprise guest, right? So then he said he'll come. Trina and Vaughn come back. They discuss the conversation again, and Trina feels like Vaughn overstepped when he told the guys to have vasectomies if they don't want to have no kids. In a sense, he kind of was out of line, but I do think that Trina is kind of out of line as well for trying to force these men to bust into these women and give them a baby. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you don't need to be putting your needs in front of your kids. Honestly, I feel like your kids need to make their decision for themselves. I don't know how old her boys are, but I feel like if they know that they not ready to be no fathers or anything like that, then it's best that they're not no fathers. You know what I mean? Because there's so many men out here with kids that they really didn't want to begin with, and they're forced to have to raise them because they're here now. So I would rather them know that they don't want no kids and not bring them into this earth. I feel like that's the best thing to do. Um, what else is next? Okay. What else we got here? So we got Trina's birthday party. Everybody's happy that Kevin is there. So everybody's happy. You see that Kevin lit up when he saw his cousins, and that's one of the best things about having family members, having cousins, especially cousins around your age. I love being around my cousins. I think y'all know that I talk about my cousins all the time. Like, I love my cousins. Like, the love that I have for my cousins is the love that I'm supposed to have for some of my siblings. I have that love for my cousins because I feel like my cousins treat me more like a sibling than some of my other siblings. Not talking about my baby brother, because y'all know how I feel about him, but I feel like my cousins are the best. We more like siblings than cousins. You know what I mean? So yeah. Um Tamar was talking about how she found out about Tracy having cancer and how she felt like she was the last to know and she couldn't understand why she was. And then they was doing what Tracy wanted. Tracy said that she wanted to tell Tamar. She didn't want nobody else telling Tamar. She wanted to tell Tamar on her own. And Tamar just could not understand why Tracy didn't want her to know right then. And that's when Trina was like, well, you do have to realize that you and Tracy, y'all kind of had y'all was at odds at one point in time, right? And so she said, do you know something that I don't know? And I'm looking at the TV like, girl, you know that you and Tracy were at odds for a lot of the time. I'm not gonna say that y'all was at odds during the duration of her having cancer and stuff like that. Like, I'm not gonna say all that, but let's not act like you didn't know that y'all were having issues at one point in time, because you were. We all seen it. Um, and plus a lot of folks were saying no matter if they were having issues and that Tamar should have known. Here's my thing. They were stuck between telling Tamar themselves or betraying Tracy's trust and telling her herself, because Tracy said that she wanted to be the one to tell Tamar. You feel what I'm saying? She wanted to be the one. She wanted to be the one. So I feel like in so many words, they were pretty much respecting Tracy's wishes in a sense. That's how I take it though. But I don't know. But Tamar felt left out and things like that. But you know, that's pretty much the episode though. So y'all, that's pretty much my review of the Braxtons. I feel like these reviews are probably gonna be 30 minutes tops, to be honest. But I'm surprised that almost 200 of y'all showed up for this particular review. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this. Y'all do know that after this review is Love and Marriage Detroit. I ain't seen the episode yet, so I gotta get off of here and go and watch it. So hopefully you guys are there for that review. We'll be doing me and T will be doing our own reviews on Love and Marriage Detroit, but we will be coming together to do a roast review style joint show talking about Love and Marriage Detroit. So I saw how y'all supported him this morning. I want the same support at 7 o'clock, y'all. All right, so we're about to go ahead and get up out of here, y'all. So with that being said, this is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, I am out of here. And until the next live, I'll see you guys then. Bye.